So today is the 21st. Yesterday I did video said it was the 21st, but today's the 21st. Today's the 21st of February 2022. Let me show you something about these white people and why I have a problem with them. When you're doing business and you're doing business with a license, right? You have to acquire a license, or you have to take a standardized national exam in order to get the license. I got my real estate license and my mortgage license. I started a real estate company of my own, so I don't have to look for a broker or a sponsor. But on the mortgage side, I need a sponsor. Now with mortgages, it's like any other company. If you out here hustling outside your house and you don't have a sponsor, you can't just run around and fucking advertise that you do loans. You gotta have a sponsor. Every time I went to get a mortgage sponsor, they blocked it. The banking and finance department in Georgia blocked it. The first time I got the first sponsor, the license went through and everything. And then as soon as the license went through, they told them some lie about me because I paid my credit off in 2 weeks doing Uber and Lyft. And they didn't believe that I was able to motherfucking make good money doing that because they're stupid fucking white racist haters. Instead of them inquire about your income potential doing fucking Uber and Lyft, they just kept watching CNN and Fox and saying, oh shit, people are fucking sick and inside. Anybody who's outside right now is crazy. It's crazy because of COVID-19. And they sat their white asses in the fucking goddamn house for almost 2 years. Almost a year and up to a year. They didn't start coming out till 9 months later. I be picking up white folk. Niggas is partying, going all over the fucking place, doing what they want to do. Niggas that gotta work, nurses. I'm picking them up, dropping them off to work or in the morning time. Still picking people up, dropping them off to the airport. I'm making fucking money, bro. They talking about how did he make all that money? It's COVID. No one's booking, because in down south in Georgia, the rich whites don't use Uber and Lyft unless they go to the bar at nights. They're drunk and then they need a ride share to go home. So your fucking bigotry and your fucking limited perspective of the ride share business and your limited use of it just for your luxury to get drunk is my fucking business. That's the limit of my business. And then you're gonna carry that thought process amongst all these other people with money that's down there, because the real problem is they just didn't want me to make no fucking money. So I told the nigga, I said, yo, Jamar, it doesn't make sense that we push the paper when I owe $2,000. I got a credit payment to make. I just got the letter in the mail, honestly, that I owe this debt from years ago on a credit card. They doing this shit on purpose. Now you trying to do mortgages to fuck you up so that you can have a debt. Now, when you have a debt to pay and you're applying for a mortgage license, right? The banking and finance department of any state has the right to block the license because you're in a state of collection. Now, the collection agency that kept fucking harassing me was from Virginia, and Langley is in Virginia. So it's the military who contacted the faggot to pull up an old debt to make it hard for me to do the mortgages. So what I did was, I said, fuck it, man. Let me go and pay this off first, Jamar. Because I don't want nothing to hinder the process. Because they can block the fucking license if you owe a collections. And then you gotta negotiate to make a payment plan. Then you gotta take the fucking payment plan and you gotta allocate the payment plan and then tell the banking and finance department about, man, fuck the broke shit. I make $1,200 to $1,400 a week driving Uber. So I said to Jamar, I'm gonna go and fucking make the money, pay this shit off, because I already got enough money to start working. This shit just came up at the last fucking minute, like I said, from goddamn Virginia to block me. So I said, fuck it. So I went out and I busted my ass like I always do, 7 days a week, 12 hours a goddamn day for 14 days. I made like $2,400. which covered fuel, put $200 positive cash flow in my pocket, and gave me the $200 to pay off the fucking debt. I called the company, I paid off the debt, I asked them to email me a motherfucking letter of fucking complete payment, bro. I took the motherfucking letters, and then I went back to the office, submitted the fucking paperwork. He act like he don't know me now. I'm like, yo, I came here the other day to work. Oh, what are you here for? I said, bro, you just said you would hire me, and I told you I would leave to make the money to pay the debt. So the banking and finance department and the banks is looking to see, oh, the nigga paid it off. Then they're crackers, they're white haters. Well, how did he get all that money that fast? He's not making that money that fast. He must be doing something illegal. You see what I'm trying to show you about these white people, man? So when the license was immediately approved, didn't take no more than 2 weeks. It was immediately approved. I did my FBI motherfucking fingerprints, myself paid for it, submitted all the documentation, and that shit went through. All of a sudden, I got my license. The week that I got the license, I went in there, we made a schedule. I'm gonna come into the office from 10 a.m. the latest till 3 p.m. That way he got time to still work. I can watch him work. He can shadow me. We can learn. I can learn something, and then I can still leave early enough that if he has any paperwork to clear up, whatever. But we're building a bond. We're getting to know each other. You know what he does? He does a good job showing me how shit works, and I was impressed. But somebody put a negative information about me based on what I just said about me making the payment. So all of a sudden when I came back, he was acting, he didn't want to talk to me. He didn't want to be around me. Something was fishy about me. So he started being an asshole. Then he said to me, hey man, it was Thursday because I didn't work Friday. We were supposed to meet either Monday through Thursday or Tuesday to Thursday. That way I had Monday off and I had Friday off, because I told him I still got to drive Lyft or drive Uber to make money, bro. I got bills. And I just bought this car. So he was like, yeah, no problem. So boom, he tells me, I need you to give me 200 leads by Monday. And it's fucking Friday or Thursday. I'm shitting a brick. I gotta still drive to make money. Then he's telling me to do it. So I didn't know what to do. So I had reached out to Quicken Loans. Not Quicken. I had reached out to Zillow. And Zillow said that, yeah, they help with leads and all that shit, and they was gonna charge me $1,000 to sign up, but I would have had to give them $1,000 a motherfucking month. Now I had $6,000 on me, but I didn't want to just take the whole $6,000 and then dump it into Zillow with no guarantees, and then I still got bills to pay because I just bought the car. So I said, nah, this shit fucked up. I just had to buy a car. That's what fucked me. And you know, I got hit on the way to the VA, and the first time I got hit, it was driving Uber. I got hit by a nigga with a Texas license plate. So it's the military that keeps stalking me and hitting me and crashing into my motherfucking car and playing these games to stop me from being successful. So I said, you know what? I got $6,000. But then this asshole just hit me on the way to the VA. So now, I'm either going to dump the $6,000 on this shit in a hoping for a prayer and commit to it, or I'm going to hold on to the money, work, and see where this goes, because I'm not going to throw all my fucking money away when I can take 6 G's and buy something else. So I said, nah, I'm good. So I go back to the office the following week, and the first day I meet with him, the guy's like, man, that ain't how you do it, man. You know, I told you to get the leads, but that's not how you do it. This is how you do it, man. This is how you do it. You call all the agents, talk to them, take them out, meet with them, take them out to lunch, and then from there, you know, you build a rapport, and then they work with you and you work with them, and then they'll give you referrals. Why the fuck didn't you tell me that, bro? Why you waste my fucking time like an asshole giving me a motherfucking Puff Daddy cheesecake run when I'm a grown fucking man with bills and my time is valuable? You gonna tell me what the fuck to do to be successful, or you fucking not? Because I could have spent the fucking weekend while I'm driving Uber or while I was driving Uber to stop off at every fucking open house that I saw and gave them a business card. Then I drove around the whole fucking city And I gave out flyers all over the city with that motherfucker's name on it. Then he gonna call me in August that year talking about, hey man, what's going on? Where you at? I said, I'm at the house, man. Oh, well, you ain't never come back to the job. Oh, so hold on. So that day I was kind of frustrated and perturbed. Like, why the fuck would the nigga do that? You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about it. This is, mind you, this is the week after I got the license and we signed the paperwork. So I said to the nigga, I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna just take that on the chin because I'm trying to learn this. I want to do this. And I have a lot of respect for this man. Yo, this man was a banker. He fucking did securities. He did a financial advising. And he told me the story. I'm sitting there doing the financial advising. I'm with a client, right? Everything I offered them with the financial services was good, but I already got my real estate license. So I said, hey, the only thing that'll balance out the portfolio to hedge any losses would be to purchase a property. And put a property in here. Then he said his supervisor came and told him, you can't do that. You can't do that. He said, you know what? If I can't do this, I'm out of here. And he said he quit and left. Right? But he stayed with the company long enough to get his money up, though. He worked with the banks long enough to get a report to say he was a banker and a financial advisor, though. And when they started pressing him as a nigga, as they do niggas, because he's doing too much, he upped and left. But he's also married, and his wife has a real estate license running his realty. So that nigga got a realty and a wife who's running the realty, and he's been a banker, and he can say he's been a banker. So then they let the nigga slide because he's a Marine. And they look like the shit that they did to me trying to find a problem with me, they did it to him too. Because when I looked him up on the internet, it said he had some criminal records somehow. So they probably fucking blackmailed his ass anyway when I got there. Like, remember, you got in trouble or whatever, you had your issues, we let you through, so let us see who this guy really is. And then he fucking sat back and played this fucking game. So long story short, the following week I come in, we supposed to meet, the nigga don't open the door. And then COVID came out that week though. So it's fucked up. And that's what I'm talking about. Every time I make a stride, it's like the federal government does some dumb shit and then it just fucks me over personally. And it's like, why is it always on that particular time? I don't get it. So now I can blame the nigga like, yo, this nigga didn't open the door, but then he didn't open the door because it was COVID fucking 19. He don't know what that shit is. They say it's a global pandemic. Niggas is running to the store buying everything off the shelves and going inside. And it's the first fucking week of the shit. I didn't sweat it. You don't know what the fuck his wife is telling him. Baby, listen to me. It's a global pandemic. If that dude is out there driving around with people, how you know he's not going to be sick? And then he get you sick, honey. And we don't know what this is. And then if you come home, you're going to get me sick. And then the kids are going to get sick or whatever. So now there's pandemonium and fear. So maybe that's the reason why he didn't open the door. But I don't think that's what it was. Because when I knocked on it, he didn't open it. And then I knocked on it again and he didn't open it. And then I knocked on it again and he didn't open it. So I went back to the motherfucking small cafeteria they got on the level floor for the whole building. And I called him. I said, Jamar, I'm outside. Is everything okay? He said, do you have an appointment today? That was when I realized somebody told him something not to fuck with me. That was when I realized somebody told him something not to fuck with me. It wasn't the pandemic why he didn't open the phone. So I don't have time for games. I just bought this car. I got a fucking new payment. Now I got 2 new payments. You can't have a new car without goddamn full coverage. Now I gotta pay full fucking coverage. I gotta motherfucking pay the fucking car insurance. The car payment. And I still gotta pay my bills. And then you playing this fucking game, talking about 200 people and not opening the door. I said, I can't do this no more. I can't. I'll just do the real estate because I'm a broker. And then I'll fucking just keep driving Uber until I pay, until I get where I'm going. But notice, the big issue from the beginning was these white folks don't know how Uber and Lyft work and how much money you can make. I did not make less than fucking $1,000. I cycle myself driving Uber and Lyft because I drive so fucking hard. So one week I'll drive 12s. Next week I'll drive 8s. Next week I'll drive 12. So my check always fluctuates between 12 to 1400 and then back down to 750 to 1000. So I know that this week, if I'm bust hard, I'm making up to 1,400 going hard. And then this week, I'm going to make a minimum of 750 because my body's got to rest. I still got to work out. I still got other paperwork to do. I still sit down and got my shit that I'm planning with my businesses to do. I still got to go on my fucking computer and create a business process for the real estate company. I still got to motherfucking develop email addresses. I still got to go on internet and develop motherfucking YouTube sites to go to those email addresses. I still started a motherfucking holding company. So the holding company is also an investment company because you can do both simultaneously with the corporation. So now I'm building a website and I'm building all this shit I'm doing plus that. But they don't know what I'm doing. The whites don't know what I'm doing. So they just assuming I'm fucking off. That's their assumption. He's a nigga. So he ain't doing shit. He's just driving around. The second mortgage company, nigga, I went to, they tried to see what I was doing that year. And they tried to make me look like shit. So what I did was, I went to the company, but they told the nigga not to motherfucking give me no work to do nothing until I filed my taxes so they could review the taxes and then see if I was doing something wrong. What the fuck is going wrong with these people, man? Every time I'm doing something progressive and productive, they playing these fucking games where they gotta do a review before I can live my life, bro. And the whole time where they doing these quote-unquote reviews, everywhere I go, there's a police officer. Everywhere I go, the cops are sitting there because they know I gotta drive Uber and Lyft. Why the fuck are you harassing me while I'm working, bro? Why are you doing that? This is the only thing I'm doing. It's my own business. Why are you mad I got my own business and I make more than you? And you work for the state. You work for the banking and finance department. You work for fucking Atlanta public schools. You work whatever public service police officers. You making what, $650, $700 a week? I'm not out here because I want to be. I'm out here because I'm making good money, bro. I'm clearing $1,412, a minimum of a G, to $1,400 a fucking week. That's $4,000 to $5,000, $6,000 a month. That's why my fucking car has 167,462 miles, and I just bought the shit 2 fucking years ago. Then they keep trying to fuck up the car so that I can't motherfucking keep doing my own business, so that I gotta go back to truck driving because I'm living in a place with no public transportation. And that's my only so now there's some program going on where niggas is trying to destroy me from being able to drive the car. And they're coming around trying to intimidate me with cops, trying to do this. So even one day I went to go to my land to visit my land. The police is pulling out to stare at me while I'm on my way to the land to see where I'm going. Then when they see me there and they notice I'm going to the land, then when I'm coming back, they all pissed off. The cops are sitting there on the main road, on Alabama Road in fucking Roswell, Georgia, just looking at me, staring at me mad, like they mad because I got 6 acres. What the fuck is wrong with these haters, man? Whatever they got, I'm not hating on them. I'm not looking at them with scorn. I'm not hovering over their backyards. Like I said before, I did another video to somebody else. When I moved to Georgia, I lost out. I bought a house for $180,000. It was only worth $130. Then when the fucking bottom dropped out of the market in 2008, it was valued at $130. I sold it at $130 on short sale. So I lost 50 G's, so it was overpriced from the jump. And the fucking builder was selling the same goddamn fucking house down in McDonough by the racetrack, by the raceway for $130. So he's a fucking thief. And that's what they do down there. They inflate prices because they know that it's a fucking seller's market. So they build and build and build during the seller's market, and then they fucking raise the prices high as fuck. That's why just now, in the past 3 years, the fucking purchase prices have gone up by 27% in the fucking state of Georgia. That's goddamn motherfucking credit card rates. And you mean to tell me that I'm out there and I say, you know what, I lost the house before. I bought something that I was over leveraged in. This time I'm gonna buy some land and then for a good price. And I'll go buy it. Now you mad at me? Nigga, you live here. You been here all your fucking life. Them properties was available when I fucking moved here. And none of y'all went over there to go buy them. And now I'm a nigga from Brooklyn, Jamaican bumper clot, who go do it. Now y'all niggas is seething and mad and staring at me and trying to fuck me over so I can't make the payments. This is what the fuck's been going on down in Atlanta. This is what's been going on. And the people in the banking and finance department and the people in the fucking real estate commission all work together to do this shit. They're fucking racists. I don't care no more. I didn't fucking do nothing to these people, man. I didn't do shit to them. Then I come up here because they fucking playing games. I go over here to go work at this motherfucking place. And the guy gonna come and tell me, oh man, I was just down in Atlanta, man. I love it. And I'm just moving from Atlanta. So why are you telling me that? Somebody gave you some inside information now? So remember, the purpose of this video is to show how these people stagger your progress. And when they stagger your progress, they make you look angry or ridiculous. It's done to make you look ridiculous because you're black. Who the fuck doesn't take a job at the bank? I took the national exam for mortgages. I already passed the fucking NMLS. Why the fuck are you not taking me at a mortgage company? Why am I going to a mortgage company interview in the beginning of January? It's fucking February 21st. I'm not at a mortgage company. But I've been applying to mad jobs, man. I've been applying to mad fucking jobs at banks. And when I finally got a job at Citibank, because the regional manager said that I like this guy, he's ready. And I was supposed to go over here and work in Starrett City location. They went ahead and motherfucking sent me the interview with this lady named Tyoka Dowling at the branch downtown Brooklyn by the courthouse to frustrate my purpose, knowing I just divorced Taya Dowling. So they did it on purpose to frustrate my purpose. Who is the person at Citibank that was told some personal information about me that they're gonna frustrate me by sending me to a location I didn't apply to be hired on by somebody with the same exact name as somebody who just lied on me, destroyed me, took my motherfucking So it's not even about doing the application. It's about the fact that every single day, and say I did the interview, and we did the interview, and she hired me. Every day I would be at a branch, basically with someone with my ex-wife's name telling me what to do. Isn't that a form of social manipulation, psychological torture, when that person just took my daughter, lied on me and said that I was a rapist and a child molester and I molest my daughter to get custody, put me on fucking child support, and has yet to let me see my daughter because she wanted to run off and have sex with somebody else to please her Haitian ass mother? Why would I want to work in an environment with somebody with the same name? And that is exactly why they did that. So I can't work at Citibank. And whoever did that at the bank is not being held accountable, bro. And they did it because they spoke to somebody else in the banking world that knew that somebody that knows my traumas. And they're feeding into my traumas to keep me down. And when you talk to people about this shit, nobody cares. You don't have a right to get mad when you got all these rich people doing this on purpose. So now I start applying to all types of jobs. I apply for jobs here, there, and everywhere. And I decided, let me just apply for a job at Home Depot, because I thought they would have at least accepted me at least 3-4 weeks ago. They played this game. Oh, you're hired to come in, and you're hired to come into the plant center. Oh, you're hired to come in now at the plumbing center. Oh, you're hired to come in here and there. But then all the while, I'm applying for all these banking positions. And while I'm applying to these banks, then none of them are calling back. None of them are calling. So last week now, I get a call from one company to be a financial advisor. I responded, yes, I'm willing to do a phone interview. But guess what? They not giving me none of the job opportunities. When you look at my bank account, I'm broke now. The state is not giving me my title for my other car so that I can transfer my driver's license, when most of these jobs need you to have an in-state driver's license. So they're doing it on purpose to stop my flow. When I first came here and I started driving DoorDash and I tried to do Instacart, they blocked the satellite so that I can't make no money and play games and kick me out of the system so that I can't make no money. They've been doing that, manipulating the apps. But then since I moved back up here to New York, they intentionally put me in a situation where I couldn't do it. Then I got frustrated, transferred the insurance over, put it on the cars. Then I went to look for the titles, realized I didn't have one. Now I put in the title request. They talking about they only still do processing titles they receive up to January 5th, and I submitted mine around the 25th. So now they're basically saying, nigga, you can go up to New York, but guess what? We're gonna screw you over, make sure you ain't got no money, and see what you do about it. When you ain't got no money but your insurance is due, when you ain't got no money but your this is due and your that's due, what you gonna do? And they watching you on the satellite. This is what the military is doing. Then they playing the game like they not doing it. They've been doing it. They done used the goddamn death ray on me 3 fucking times when I was driving Lyft last year, the year before, frying me in the car with radioactive waves to get me to quit. Like I don't feel the difference. So let's just end this off and talk about the stagger. So I'm broke now. I don't have any money but credit and a few dollars. $160. All my bills are gonna be paid. Then they send you a job that they know you want, right? And then they hire you though for the job that they want you to have. So they want me to work at Home Depot and not be a banker, because I'm a nigger. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, well, offer him the job at the bank, but offer him the job at the bank after he gets hired at the job at the Home Depot. And then when he's broke, because we're looking at the bank statement, when he's broke now, because we keep pulling his credit. We keep, that's what they do. When they know you in the business and then you have the knowledge, they don't care. They'll just keep pulling your credit and then seeing what your incomes are. So today, they can get some asshole to say, hey, pull his credit right now. And then they can pull the credit with a soft pull or just keep the pull open status. And then they look and say, okay, well, he's got this amount, and they know how much money you got. So now, let's say I get the job I want right now. I don't even have enough money to go to the job. I only have enough money to go to the first job that takes me. And this is what they be doing with black people. This is what they be doing with black people. Let me reiterate this and explain it. 2012 January. Me and my wife got into a big argument. I moved out. I started staying with my boy Brian January. And I went and got me a job at Bally Total Fitness that was still on Alpharetta Highway in Roswell, Georgia. And they was shutting the facility down. So I went in there though, and she hired me as the cleaner, as the lead janitor. And I went in there and I was working. And they used to have a steam room in there. and they would have these homosexuals come in there and masturbate in the morning, and they would like do circle jerks, masturbate all over the place, and then I would have to go in there and clean it. So I'd open the door and wash it down, and then you'd get to listen to people talking during the day. So one guy comes in there, he says, yeah man, I'm a doctor man, but I got laid off. Listen to this. He says, I got laid off, so I'm on unemployment, but I work for my friend. He hired me in his company under the table until things get better. So yeah, but I'm waiting. So this is what I'm showing you. When you're white, right, and you're a doctor or something, and you put yourself on unemployment, you're getting unemployment at a percentage of your max pay. So if your max pay is $6,000 a month, that's $10,000 a month. They're paying like 60, let's say 60% of 10,000. Let's say they're giving you $6,000 a month because you're a doctor, right? Then you're white and you know people, because this is small town mentality type networking community called the good old boy system. You're able to go and have your friend hire you under the table on his company. Why would he do that? If you're getting about $6,000 on Georgia unemployment a month, why would you even want to go to your friend and get paid under the table? Because if I go to my friend's company and I get paid under the table, he's still making an extra payment, which is a write-off on his business, so his tax liability is lower. So I'm helping my friend now. But then I'm saying I'm working under the table, but I'm not working under the table. I'm at the fucking gym for 5 hours all day talking about it. And I'm still gonna get the check cut. And because I'm white, I can wait for a job. And that's the purpose of the digression. When you're black, you cannot wait for your job. You can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be whatever you want. After 6 months, bro, especially in the state of Georgia, if you are black, they're gonna tell you, why didn't you get something? Why didn't you do something? You could have done something. You're taxing the system. You're taxing our system. You're the leech, not the guy who's at the gym bragging about being a leech. Has a profession and is waiting only for the professional job. He's not gonna step down and be no janitor until he can get his job as a doctor back. See, that's for me. That's for black people. We supposed to step all the way down until we can try to come back up. And down there, once you step down, they don't let you back up. First question down there is, what type of work you doing? Well, I'm shoveling dookie on the side of the highway. And you want to be a paralegal? No, sir. I was a paralegal before, but what had happened was, no. And then they typecast you on purpose, and that's how they keep them down there. So all of that to say this, that's what they're doing now. They give you the job that you want, but they only give you the job that you want after you accept the job that you don't want, but then they only give you the job you don't want until you only have enough money to go to one. And then when you go to the one that was the least best for you, because that one in particular is not based on your education, your credentials, and your professional level. And then the one that's on your professional level and educational that you deserve, you don't even have no more money to go there. You don't got no friends, you don't got no family to say, hey man, loan me some money to get to work. And then they're gonna say, see, this is what we've been telling you about this guy, man. He's crazy, man. He's erratic, bro. Like, you gotta understand something about this guy. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't listen. He's got the opportunity to work at the mortgage company, but he's not doing it. But they're not talking about all the stuff they was doing to me to prevent me from being there. All the bad talk that they talked about me behind my back, so that people distrusted me and didn't work with me, so I couldn't be there. They're not talking about all the social manipulation that they were doing to stop me from operating my business while I was earning good money. They're not talking about how they lobbied on Washington, D.C. to lower pay on Lyft and Uber to $750 a week because that's the amount of money Amazon and FedEx people make when we was making an average of $1,000 to $1,200 a week on Lyft and $1,000 to $1,400 a week on Uber. Then they started getting a whole bunch of white people to go to Uber and dropping as many black people off Uber as possible to cater to the white demographic so that niggas wasn't picking them up in their neighborhoods, and then they was going off to make the $1,600 a week satisfying Uber, and then they pushed all the colored people to Lyft. I spoke to 4 different drivers, an old 50-something-year-old black man from Nevada or Arizona who was a truck driver and was doing Uber, and he said he just put it down because of COVID, and when he went back to work, they told him we were doing background checks. That was the excuse. Or we're still doing background checks. We're doing background checks. We still doing background checks. Then it was to entice you if you're a minority to go to Lyft. That is racist. That is racist, racist, racist to push minorities to use Lyft as an employee base to make less money because Lyft never paid as good as Uber. Just to cater to a demographic that wants to go get drunk at nights and only wants their demographic to pick them up. And this is what they were doing, studying me, because they was wondering, how is this dude down here making money, putting options on land in Mississippi, buying 6 acres in Monticello, putting down on a house in Monticello, still making his bills payments, paying his car note off of driving a taxi? Yeah. So in August of 2020, the Air Force and the military band together and hired some IT techs to quote-unquote create a Lyft type app for the military bases. And then they made sure that they got the guy to get in my car in Woodstock, Georgia, and make me drive him close up to Canton, Georgia, and drop him off so he could tell me the whole story. And then within a week of that, they started hacking the app, because anything you develop for the military, they're going to weaponize it. They started hacking the app and kept me in one county. When you do Lyft or Uber, you don't do that. It's a free range business. If I pick somebody up, I'm in New York right now. Let's say I'm doing Uber or Lyft. I'm supposed to pick somebody up. They might be going to Queens. I might get 3 rides right here, but then one of them might be going to the airport. Then once I get into Queens, one person might be going to Manhattan. Then once I get into Manhattan, one person might be going to Jersey. You don't know where you're going. It's you running wild. All of a sudden, the app is just keeping me in Cobb County, circling by the Air Force Base, see if it's working, running me up and down the highway, up there by Woodstock, up 675, up 675 or 575, up and down. So this being controlled now. Then I started seeing my pay go down. They're not talking about all of that. And see, when you start talking about this stuff and you publish it, right? People start thinking that you're crazy, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. But if you don't talk about it and expose it, they get away with it. And when I talk to people about this, people I know, they always get jealous. It's like they jealous of you because your life is being destroyed by some rich people because they don't like you. And they don't want you to make no money. They're like, well, why are you so important? It's not about me being important, bro. I put the work in to be who I am. And these people don't want me to be a better person. So this is what they choose to do to intelligent people. They not messing with these black kids right here that just want to go smoke marijuana and not do shit. They fucking with the dude that wants to own a bank. They messing with the guy who can make fucking 60 G's a month. Who has companies, who has realties. They're not starting any real estate companies. They're standing around. And I'm not judging them. They did not put in the work. So they're stuck in the position that pleases the major demographic, which is their options for making large sums of money in a small period of time is short. That means they're going to have to go get a job, or they're going to have to go do this and go do that. So I was talking to a dude the other day. I said to him, I should be making $12,000 a day, just about $12,000 a day, even if it's 3 days a week. You know what he said to me? Nah, you got the math wrong. I said, sir, I don't have the math wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. I had a realty. Do you understand? I had a real estate company. Median purchase price $350 by 3%. That's $10,500 a contract. I have a mortgage license. I'm in the mortgage company. Whether I'm working with Jamal Bates or John Carricker or whoever else, they didn't want us to do it because we're blacks. When I went to Jamal Bates the first time, he had a realty and I had a realty. He's got a mortgage license, I got a mortgage license. White folks didn't like that. Racism! That's it! Hey Jamal, what's going on, man? How you doing today, brother? You good? Yeah, man, I missed you yesterday, son. Yeah, you left the office early. But listen, I got 2 calls today, man. One person wants to do the buy. You know what I'm saying? 2 people want to do a refi. So I'm going to sit here and do the 2 refis. I'll throw you one of the sales, and then I'll do the mortgage on the sale. He already had me down at 2.5. When they sent me to the second mortgage company, they hated and put me at 0.5% per contract because they don't want me to make no money because they knew I had a realty. That shows it was an inside job and it was based on race because they didn't want me to make any money down there in Atlanta. So they start trying to play these games. Well, let's find out more about this guy, you know? Oh, he knows this guy in New York. He knows this guy in New York. He has a family member that got in trouble. He's this, he's that. Then they started like sending people in my car everywhere I go or wherever I go to pull up and stand around me and piss me off because I would do 10 to 15 rounds of boxing and take care of myself. So they want me to become violent because they see me fucking up the bag. They want me to go hit somebody. So people just come up to you, hey, my name is Kamal. Hey, my name is Kamal. My name is Kamal. Why would you do that? You want me to get upset? Yo, man, get away from me, man. Yo, I told you, bow, hit the dude. Then I got an assault, a battery on my charge, and then they arrest me, and then I can't do my mortgages and then do the real estate. This is what they've been doing in Georgia. This is what they're doing down there. They're racists. It is 2022. Why do you want to continue to see black men or black people in general, but majority black men in a position of subservience? Even when they're hiring the black woman, they're willing to give her $120,000 a year. Salaries are down. The advisor positions are only paying 65 G's, and they still won't hire me, bro. But what they'll do is, they'll throw out the opportunity for you to get hired. But they'll only throw out the opportunity for you to get hired when they contact the CEO of another company where they want you to work, and then they'll tell you that you have a pending job with them, or interview. Then you'll go to interview with them. Now you got 2 hands, one hand in each basket, and then you realize, but I don't have enough money anymore because they delayed the process so long. I had so many credentials and licenses. I should have been hired at a mortgage company since the first week of January when I came here. It is going on March. You tell me if somebody did not delay me again on purpose. And I'm not supposed to be upset about that. I'm not supposed to talk about it. I'm not supposed to speak about it. I'm not supposed to expose these people for playing social manipulation games. Because they're in the government, or because they're a judge, or because they're human beings. If you're doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong. Why are you doing something wrong to stop me from making money? When I went to the interview at the mortgage company in the beginning of January, the guy's going to tell me, well, we'll give you $20,000 a month. You make about $20,000 a month. And then he's looking at me like I was supposed to be bedazzled when if I stayed at Bates Mortgage Group, I would have been making more than $20,000 a month. I would have been making at least fucking $20,000 a week. Then the fucking market blew up. Mortgages was out the ass in 2019, bro. 2020. 2020 was the year. Everybody made money on refis. I'm here driving around in my car like an idiot because they told Jamar not to work with Brandon. These people destroy my life, man. And they keep frustrating my purpose. And the point of the stagger is your poverty. I'm poor. All I can do now is go to this place because I don't have enough capital to pay my bills and then juggle 2 jobs at once. So if I take the lesser job, well, I don't have to be around people of the demographic for the most part that have been screwing me, which is more comfortable, which is what they do also. You're black, so they taunt you and get you mad with white supremacy, and then when you get around regular white people who don't got nothing to do with that, you have a fear or anxiety, and then you don't want to work with them no more, so you just go back to Home Depot, go back to working at UPS. This is social manipulation, man. This is racism by systemic social manipulation, and nobody cares to listen, nobody cares to care. Then when you talk to your own black people, they don't even care. They either jealous because they didn't do it. Hey man, I was supposed to make $12,000 a day. No, you weren't supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to do that. When I was driving Uber and Lyft, I met over 2,000 to 3,000 people that know me in the city of Atlanta by driving around the city. If you go on my Uber app right now and look up how many drives I've done in the Uber, over 2,000, 4,000. You go to the Lyft app, I've done over 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000 rides doing Lyft. So that's 4 plus 2. That's 6,000 people just in Atlanta that met me, yo. All I had to do was start pushing my ads and show my face, and they're like, yo, that's Brandon, that's the guy from Uber. Yo, Brandon, that was that guy from Lyft, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember him. I was building a network from the bottom up. And the people from the top, they didn't like it. Because when you can build a network from the bottom up, you got juice. You got juice. I know this dude, man. I know that dude. I'm driving through Decatur. I know everything about Decatur. I'm doing Lyft and Uber for 2 years. I know everything. I know all the developments. I know what's going on over here. I know what the fuck going on in the governor's mansion. I know what's going on at the motherfucking country club over here. I know what's going on over here. I know what's going on over here. I know what's going on everywhere. And because I got my real estate license, I know where all the deals are. Because I'm driving around all day. That's what realtors are supposed to do. Why should I be a real estate agent and be driving around all day and not getting paid? With Uber and Lyft, you can drive around all day scouting properties and still get paid. Because I'm getting paid picking people up and dropping them off. Then I see a sign, I write down the address, I call it up, now I got business. So that's why last year, after I built the road on my land, they contacted Lyft and told them to fire me for some stupidity lie. And Lyft did it. Because I was going out to my 6 acres, and as soon as I put up the no trespassing personal property sign, I was automatically fired from Lyft. You know why? They was playing games and they cut the pay, so I was only making $750 a week. But even though at $750 a week, $750 times 2 is what? That's 15. 15 twos is 3, so that's still $3,000 a month. My bills wasn't shit. I was paying rent. I paid my car off. So even if I'm at $3,000. I worked for myself. So if I want to take today off, go down to the land, I fucking go call a dude, he bring over the skid steer, he fucking makes a road on my property. I got time. They did not like that. They called the white people and said, get this nigga out of here. He's over here building a road on the land. He ain't paid off yet, but they took my money for 1.5 years though. And if I was white, like many other white people, they'll finance land and be maturing it and doing stuff because it's a nominal payment. But I knew already when I bought it that they was going to do that. I knew that they was going to pull that racist card. I knew that they was going to say he didn't pay it off, so he shouldn't be developing it because I'm black. And that's why I gave the land away. Gave it back to him. Because if I was white, I can develop it. I can put a gravel pad on it. I can put a home on it. not lower my payments even more and then do business. But I'm black, so they want me to stay in Woodstock in a home that they're breaking into with a person who's aggravating my purpose so I can hit him and go to jail so I can't do business, and then make sure that I can't do nothing on the property but I can still keep making payments, and then frustrate my purpose so I don't have a business to make the money. I can't go to the mortgagors and the mortgage companies to work with them to pay it off. I can't do the real estate because they just messed up my taxi business, and then I go get a job and I never pay it off. And that's what they did to me in Georgia. So all those companies that I mentioned, I got no problem with y'all. I love y'all. Like I told the lady at the regional company, at the regional manager at Citibank. Citibank was the first bank that ever invested in me. When I had my job in New Jersey, I built a rapport with the banker at the local branch, and before I knew it, because I kept working, did what I was supposed to do, there was a time where I racked up so many bills. They gave me the money. I racked up so many bills. I racked up all the bills. I was young, and it was a good thing I did it when I was like 21. I went and bought these rims for like $2,000. Then I bought the car and all this. And then when I sat there looking at the debt and what I did, I was like, nothing really changed. I paid off my car, and shit looks nice. I got nice rims. I'm driving around the neighborhood, but I'm still in the hood, man. Nothing is changing. And I got all these debts. The $2,000 that I spent on these rims, I could have put it into something that would make money. And that was when I learned this valuable lesson about this life, that it's a business. You buy a laptop, you better be using it for business. You buy a pen, you better be using it for business. You have a phone, you should be using it for business. Just buying all this stuff just to have it as a personal consumer makes no sense. So I went to social services, and I literally worked off a ramen noodle for about 3 months. And I saved all my money and paid the debt off. And I went back to the banker, and I said, I paid the debt off. He said, all right. Then he increased my limits. I was walking around with $7,500 overdraft on my checking account. That was before Citibank instituted the $2,500 minimum deposit mandatory deposit to open an account. I used to have $7,500 overdraft, and then I already had $7,500 in credit cards. So I used to walk around with $15,000 in my pocket every day, all day when I was 22 years old, bro, because I learned the banking system. And I played it well, and I borrowed money, and I paid it off, and I built my credit limits. I love Citibank for that, or that person. So why would they treat me like this now? I go to this guy with the mortgage company. These people are guilty for all of the schemes and games that they played. That's not my business. I don't want to be around toxic people anymore. I'm tired of it. They don't care about me. They care about clearing their conscience. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna play games now. But we're gonna issue the license now and make him look crazy like he don't want to come and work. When he goes back to New York, we don't want him to go to New York. We want him to come back down here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell the guy who he applies to, because they still gotta come through the same systems. Oh well, he got his license down here. He don't gotta go up there. Don't hire him. And then they're not gonna hire me. This is what's called white supremacy. They should not be trying to dictate where I live. They should not be trying to dictate who I am. They should not be trying to dictate how much I earn. They should not be trying to dictate nothing about me. And this is what they keep systematically doing. Am I a slave? Am I a slave? So now they're going to give you the offer that you don't want, but an offer that they know you're going to want based on what you didn't get. Then they're going to give you the offer after you take another offer that's a lesser offer, and then now you ain't got no money to take the better offer. Then you take the lesser offer, the lesser offer, and then they say, see, every time we give him the opportunity to do better, man, he just doesn't take it, man. There's something gotta be wrong with this guy, man. Look at him. Called him up, gave him an opportunity, and then he didn't even fucking call back. Because it's called staggered manipulation. Because I don't have the money to keep chasing this and then chasing that and then it don't work out, and then I'm chasing this and chasing that and then it don't work out. Why don't you do the righteous thing up front? I shouldn't even be here. I should be working at Bates Mortgage Group in Smyrna, Georgia since February of 2020. I do not know what the fuck I'm doing here. other than being played with by some rich white supremacists. This is the real world, folks, for the black man. And nobody talks about it. And when they do shit like this to the black man in a prison cell, they can't talk about it. Then they say, well, you're a convict, you're a criminal, so we got to treat you like that, and we got the right to because you're in a cell. But when they're doing it to people in the civilian world openly, somebody's got to report it, and this is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm uploading this right now. God bless everybody out here that's working hard. They don't want black people doing banking. They don't want, well, black men, because there's a lot of women in there. They don't want black men doing anything that's powerful. Unless you have proven that you're going to bow down in some form or fashion. And you know what the worst part about it is? Before I go, you want to know me? You can know me. All these people had to do is say, hey, Brandon, your name is Brandon? Yes. Listen, I say this to myself all the time. Might as well put it on camera. Brandon, let's say they hate my guts and they don't like me, they don't trust me, everything. So, that's their right. They can be like, Brandon, let's go out on Thursday, man. Come out to, if you're willing, come out to 555 Banquet Lane. And we're going to have some dinner, and we're going to talk. And then, all right, then you go. You don't want to go, you're nervous. They nervous, but they inquisitive and they're in control, so they're not really nervous. They're trying to mess with you. But then you get a chance to truly just sit down and meet people. And that's honestly how we do things in New York City. And then you're like, you know what you think about the guy? I think he's this, I think he's that, I think he's not this, I think he's not that, I think this, I think that. But then you would actually get to know somebody, and you create this atmosphere of equitability and peace. Let's say I go to the banquet and they don't like me, they don't want to deal with me no more. But at least they know for sure who you kind of are, because they was around your energy for a little while. If they want to work with you from now on, then at least they got a chance and they cared enough to be around your energy. But they just not, but down there what they do is they just stare at you, find out where you from, and then start dumping bad energy on you. Oh, where's he from? He's from Brooklyn, New York. Oh my God. Oh no, New Yorker. Oh yeah, Yankee. Oh, his friends from Jamaica. Oh, you know how they are. Bob Marley. Ooh. And then they start dumping on you and dumping on you and dumping on you, treating you like garbage. And that's legal. That's equitable. That's righteous behavior. Is that adult behavior? And then they hate you when you're participating in cash-intensive businesses. Yo, Jay, what's going on, man? Hold on for a second. Give me a second. I'll be in the office in a minute. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, this is Brandon Darling New York Real Estate. How's it going today? Oh, yeah, you're interested in the property? That's no problem. What I'll do is let's write that down. We'll have you how long you've been looking. Do the whole spiel. Find out what they're interested in. All right, what I'm going to do is, can you come into the office? Oh, I can't come in the office right now. Okay, well, listen, what I'll do is, do you have any time? What's your email address? Write it down. Okay, I can send you some properties in that price range, and I'd still like to show you something tonight. Is it possible to show you something tonight? Why would you want to do that? Because you need to get the person to sign a fucking listing agreement, bro. Fuck a Zoom shit. You want to meet people, man. This is what the business is about. And that's what this COVID shit came out. As soon as I got my mortgage license, and I had my real estate license, COVID shit came out. Everybody got to go inside with a fucking mask on. And now all of a sudden, when all the opportunities and the shit I was fucking doing to do business and make my money and shit, it was all through COVID. Now they run me up here, and now everybody can take the fucking mask off. Every time I'm doing something successful, this fucking federal government does some stupid shit that fucks up my life, my family, my business, or my investments. And this shit been going on for 20 fucking years, consistent, bro. Consistent. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, and I'm not going to pontificate it anymore, and it could be more than just a coincidence, but it's so coincidental that it's appalling. And then now you say, you know what? Let me just go home. So I'm supposed to be there. Hey, okay, yes, I write down the information. And then, hey, yo, Jamal, I got a mortgage for you. Do you have a lender? No, you don't have a lender. Oh, that's fine. I have my friend here, Mr. Bates. Mr. Bates can do the mortgage for you. Call him up and see what you can qualify for. And then he probably call me and tell me the numbers, and then I'll just go ahead and look up something, and I'll call you back around 3:30 with the property in that price range. Oh, okay, that sounds good. I just booked in with a client. He's getting the mortgage. Now, he has a mortgage company. I sat down with him also. And when I'm sitting in the office, people are calling up. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I need a mortgage. And Jamar's like, do you have an agent? And they're like, no, I don't have an agent. And Jamar's like, well, no worry. Brandon's right here. Brandon's here. Brandon could probably take you out on that. And that was when he showed the utmost love and respect for me. And I thought we were building something. And when I went to pay my bills off and came back, I don't know who got in this man's head for him to not open the door. I even planned on dumping the real estate license, going to California to work for Legacy Home Loans. They forced me to work at Legacy Home Loans in Georgia to get some dude named John Carricker, who's from Columbus, Georgia, where we're going to have opposition in perspectives for us to come together. They're going to break me up from the guy from Philadelphia, where we would have more connection, to pin me with a guy from the South that they can manipulate mentally. This is the social manipulation that I be talking about. They're putting you together with people that they know is gonna break up, and you're gonna have an issue, and then now you out the business. And they've been doing this strategically because they got all the money down there. They're rich. They've been doing these businesses for years. They know all the players, so they can keep playing with you like a yarn in their paws, and then making you look ridiculous because you're in poverty. Oh, well, why didn't you take this job? I'm a nigga. If I tell you the truth, you'll just laugh at me. I was too poor to take it, bro. I only had enough money to take the first job. I could not afford. Well, why didn't you? It sounds like you can't balance your money, but you want to be in banking? No, it's not that. It's that I got these rich people who keep. Oh, well, he's a conspiracy. Rich people over here. This doesn't sound good. You know, the guy. Right now, we're kind of looking for people that a little more level-headed, and we'll call you if anything. And then you're marginalized, blackballed again. I'm publishing this to YouTube right now. God bless everybody out there. These are the plights of a black man with a master's degree in banking and finance, who is a real estate broker, had his own business, who has a mortgage license which they blocked him from utilizing, who's been to law school twice, who should have been an attorney since 2004, and they don't want you to make 60 grand a month. But they're going to hire me right now to work $16 an hour while on child support. And that's okay. And you wonder why the black man, and especially the intelligent black man, is upset. But my father used to tell me this when I was a little boy growing up. He said, Brandon, there's a God up there. There's a God up there, son. So everybody who got to this end of the video, no matter who you are, there's a God up there. Peace.